Welcome to this live. I am Bess McCarty, and this is your Ask Bess video column where you can ask questions of a coach, of a network marketing coach, a body-mind therapist, holistic health practitioner. So you can ask questions here about network marketing, about careers, jobs, relationships, health, weight loss, even spiritual fulfillment. Anything goes. Because I'm a coach for all these things for business and life. So welcome. You can type in a question below. You can leave me a private message if you wish to be anonymous. And this is where I come to you every Saturday and Sunday at 11 a.m. Noon Eastern Time. Saturday and Sundays, weekends that I'm here for you. Welcome, Nancy. Glad to see you. How are you? And if whoever is watching the replay, love to have you type in replay so that I can thank you for that. Also like to hear where you're watching from too. So, okay, we're going to dive right into, hello Nancy, glad to see you. Yes. This is a place where you can ask a question here or leave a Facebook message for me. And my message to you with this is, you matter. I hear you. I'll respond to you. Because we all have problems we're working on, right? Every single person does. Every single human does. And my message is also that there is a solution to every single problem. And it's closer than you may think. And that you are bigger than any problem that you face. And that you're not alone. You have help. And I actually have a method that I will share with you in a few minutes about how to move from problem to solution in minutes. It's worked for me famously for 30 years, for me, clients and students. Trademark conversation I call Real Conversations. So I will share that with you in a few minutes. Welcome, Oki. Welcome, Michael. Glad to see everybody. How are you this Sunday morning? It's a sunny Sunday morning here in Kansas. We had a heck of a storm last night. We've been getting 75 to 100 miles an hour winds with some damage, but some rebuilding and recuperating, and people having lessons about that too. So welcome, Carrie. Good to see you. Awesome. Welcome everyone here. Thank you for the likes and loves. I really appreciate that too. Okay, so what we're going to cover today is a question that has been sent in, and then I will share my Real Conversations method with you, and even where you can get some free tools and free lessons about my Real Conversations method. But first, let's get down to the topic today, because I think it's one that people can relate to. The topic is, what people think of me is none of my business. And this comes from a question that came in called, how can I get a tougher skin? I worry about what people think of me. I'm a network marketer. I don't know why I'm not making my calls. I have the skills, but I don't know why I'm not making my calls. Well, it could be a bunch of reasons, and I do work with people individually to uncover exactly what it is for that person. But here is a quick answer. Write 15 times a day. What people think of me is none of my business. This is a trick to writing 15 times a day. It's a trick to retrain your subconscious mind by experts that have shown that this works. And for me, I've been doing this for many years. And what you do is you write that until it comes true, until it is true for you. Now, here's why it can become true for you. Because it really is true. There's a lady named Byron Katie, a personal growth teacher, who says, hey, there's three kinds of business in the world. There's my business, there's your business, and there's God's business. And you always got to see which one these fall into. And sometimes it falls into two. I think that what other people think of me is their business and God's business. It's between them and God, right? It's not really even between me at all. And the funny thing is that what people think of me can change from moment to moment according to their state, their emotional state, their past experiences that they bring forward and project. It can depend on all sorts of things, but I'll tell you what, it's always that person's business. It's always that person's opinion. And if I take it personally, that's where it causes pain, and that's where if I took it personally, then I might tend to avoid people, and I have done that a lot of my life. If I was a network marketer, I wouldn't want to make the calls because I'd be so worried about what people thought of me, and am I doing it right, and am I okay, and am I intruding, and do they want to hear this? And there's proper ways to ask to do that in network marketing, by the way. And my teaching partner and I, Jeff Diemble, teach a way that Jeff evolved that is a real simple script that never gets a no. It asks permission. It never gets objections. And it's simply to ask your family and friends, hey, can I ask you a favor? I want to let you know what I'm doing in case you run across the right person. You can refer them to me. You see? So you're asking permission. It's not about them. It never gets a no. It never gets objections. And you're making sure that you have this person's permission to share with them what you do. So that's why I like it for all that reasons. Hello, Stephen. Steve, welcome. And hello, Valerie. Wow, haven't seen you for a while. I'm glad to see you, girl. Thank you for joining in, everybody. If you'd like to, I can see that you're watching here, but if you'd like to drop a note, an emoji, let me know how you're feeling today, how you're doing, or a thumbs up, or a like or love, or if you're even getting value and you think that you want to tag a friend or share in another Facebook group so they can be watching live at the same time, I'd love that. Hello, Thomas. Welcome. How are ya? So yeah, I like to say, so I don't feel so alone. I like to see a note, a flow from you. That would be great. So we're talking about what people think of me is none of my business. And if we truly adopt that, I think that would help maybe 80% of network marketers who aren't making their calls. Because if they have the skills, like the script that I just mentioned, and by the way, Jeff and I teach what to say after that, and what kind of presentation to give them and all that. We teach that within our school for network marketers. That link is mlmmillionaireclub.com/basics. And I'll put the link. But let's say that you got the skills, you're learning that, and you still have this fear of making calls. You're not sure why. Then this could be it. This could be one of the basic reasons. And I'm suggesting writing 15 times what people think of me is none of my business, because that trains the subconscious mind to then internalize that. And the reason I know that this is true is because I can be on either side of this. I can be taking things personally. I can believe, well, that's my, I should take, it's about me. If a person is not responding or doesn't, I send them a text, with the favor script and they don't respond back, I might say, oh, that's about me, because there must be something about me that they don't like, and they're avoiding me. When really they may be crazy busy, they may be gone, they may have changed phones, they may have changed phone numbers. They may be things going on in their life. Their dog might be sick. Their mother might be sick. Their kid might be sick. They might be sick, right? But we immediately, I think human, at least I in the past have, immediately start thinking, I think, to tell you the truth, it really is my first thought, oh, what's wrong with me? They don't like me. They don't want to be friends with me. They're not returning my text. They don't want to hear what I'm doing. They don't want to respond to that favor script. But then I catch myself and I go, wait a minute, Bess, after all these years as a therapist, that it's always about them. There must be something going on for them, or a good reason why they're not responding. If they really don't like me, then maybe I can find that out. But if they really don't like me, then I don't need to do anything. I just go on to the next person who really does like me, right? So what they think of me is none of my business. That is their business and God's. Remember that it can change, from moment to moment according to their mood, how they're feeling, how they're doing, their busyness, all that might depend on whether they respond to me or not. So do not take it personally. It's always about them. In fact, see how you can stand in their shoes. That is an act of love. To be able to say, well, what's going on with that person? Let me go on their Facebook page. Maybe they're moving, maybe they're getting married. Maybe they have a need. Maybe I can find something there. Or I can ask if they're a good friend. I can ask, how's it going for you? See how I can help them, not just be all in myself. Oh, they don't like me. I cannot be helping another person and be shy or take things personally at the same time. It has to be one or the other. It's about me or it's about them. Yes, I'll give myself time and take care of myself. But if I'm selling, like in network marketing, we sell, we share. If I'm trying to really help another person, I will stand in their shoes and see, well, what's going on for that person? Or I will just go to the next person who is available. And maybe I will see that person later on down the road. But never take it personally. Remember, there's 3 kinds of business, and that's their business. Welcome, Brian. Glad to see you. Glad to see everybody here. Who would like to be a better communicator? Please type yes, because that's what we're talking about today. You're in the right place. So communicating is being able to stand in their shoes. Now, I had a casual friend not respond to my texts, to go walking together. And she just suddenly stopped responding to my texts, whereas we'd go walking together for months. And I thought, well, what is happening? Did I do something? Did I say something? And so I searched my memory and I couldn't think of anything. So I finally texted her. I said, is there something that I should know, that you're not responding to me? Is there something I did or said that I should know about? And she didn't respond back. It was months later when she became friendly again. I have no clue, but we never know. Maybe that person was depressed, but I did not take it personally. I stopped myself from doing that. And I tried to stand in her shoes, and I asked, is there anything that I should know, or anything that you need, or anything I can do for you? Maybe she's in trouble or going through a difficult time. Is there anything I can do for you? Didn't get any response. Suddenly that person's friendly again. Go figure. I never did talk with her or find out. We're not walking, but I never did find out. But if I go down that rabbit hole, if I put myself down and take it personally, that's a bad place to be. So if, that's the time if somebody requests something of me, or if I'm trying to sell to them, which means service them, means stand in their shoes, see what they need, see how I can help. But to me, that's what sell means. It comes from an old Norwegian word named selgi, which means service. So if I'm trying to help them in some way, to serve them in some way, or they have a special request of me, then it becomes my business to take a look and see. But taking it personally, getting down on myself, that turns the attention on me and off of them, and I can no longer serve them there. And welcome, Kelly. Thank you. And she says, yes, I want to be a better communicator, connector. That's how we give love, right? A lot of times by listening. I just spent probably about 6 hours this week just being a listener for people in my life, because that was a project I had this month, is to be a better listener. And to stop myself from giving my wisdom and my ideas and all that stuff, and just listen to people. They were friends and relatives. And a lot of times that's what people need, to be a better communicator. So rare that people get listened to. But what we're really talking about when this topic is getting free of taking things personally. Then that network marketer might make the calls. Then I would not isolate myself from people because I'm so sensitive. And I used to be a lot of my life, you guys. I grew up that way. I grew up shy and sensitive to other people's thoughts. I could feel, oh, they don't like me, they're judging me, they're going to criticize me. And so I would pull back and be alone, or easier to be alone than deal with people's criticisms or my imagined criticisms that they might be holding of me. Easier to be alone, but very lonely. So I thought, okay, if I don't care what other people think of me, then I'm going to be free from isolating. I'm going to be free to be myself. I'm going to be free from trying to make myself into what they want me to be, which is very hard to do and very stressful. And I'm also going to be free from trying to control them, which means explain myself, defend myself, excuse myself, or try to change their mind to try to get them to like me. And all of that stuff is controlling, and all that stuff is manipulating. So if I can be free and believe of what other people, of believing that, if I can be free of thinking that what other people think of me is my business, if I can get free of that, then I can be free of the stress of trying to please them. I still want to get along with people, that's for sure, but not trying to make myself into what they need me to be. I can be free to be myself, and I can be free of trying to change them or manipulate them or try to control them or change their mind and get them to like me and all that stuff. All that's manipulative. So what a great freedom to be free of the stress of trying to do all that. So I hope this helps the person who asked. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Isaac. Good to see you guys. So I'm going to explain real quick the Real Conversations 4-step process. It's a self-help process that I discovered like 25 years ago, and how I got from my own problems to solutions real fast, and how I help my clients and students do the same thing in minutes a lot of times. This is for any problem physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, any problem at all. 4 simple steps which you can move out of feeling stuck or bad into joy or moving ahead or find the solution just in minutes. The 4-step process, which I call Real Conversations with Ourselves. I trademark this process and I teach it. So, 4 simple steps. We identify the problem, like I feel stuck to make my calls in network marketing. Number 2, identify the feeling underneath it, which could be fear, shame, embarrassment. Number 3, we identify the need that's under that. I would say self-esteem, self-validation. And number 4, the way to get it. I suggested writing 15 times. What other people think of me is none of my business. But there's another way too, and you might have heard this before. You look in the mirror and say, I am valuable and lovable. Even if people don't want to hear my presentations or buy my product or join my business, I'm still valuable and lovable. Or even if my friend doesn't want to walk with me, I'm still valuable and lovable as a person. Even if my behavior needs some improvement and changing, I'm still valuable and lovable as a person innately. Hi, Justin. Good to see you. And hi, Renee. So good to see everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're getting value, I love comments, likes, tags, shares, share in other Facebook groups or whatever. Okay, so that's the 4-step Real Conversations process. We identify the problem, the emotion under it, the need under that, and then 4, we solve the need. Because when we solve that need, then the problem goes away. The problems are really a sign of unmet needs. They're a message, like a red light on the dashboard saying, hey, I need something. If I feel bad or I have a problem, I feel stuck, I have a pain, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, if I have a pain somewhere, that is telling me that there's a need. My car needs gas, my car needs oil, or something. And if I just ignore that red light on the dashboard, it doesn't make my car run better. In fact, it might break down eventually if I don't put gas or oil in it, right? It'll stop. So same with us. Our problems are signs of something we need. And if we embrace it, we say, thank you. Thank you for telling me what I need, that I need something. Let me love myself enough to listen to myself and to find the need that's underneath that problem. And to love myself enough to meet that need, to find a solution. If you can't find a solution real quick, that's what I'm here for. You can ask questions on here. You can have a private coaching session with me. And in fact, I have a class coming up. It's every Tuesday, actually. It's already going on. It's every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time by phone. That's 8 p.m. Central, etc. And it's by phone. It's called a Real Conversations class, where we get on the phone, and it can be anonymous, not recorded, so people can feel free to get coached within that group. We get on the phone, we have a brief Real Conversations lesson, and then we dive into the processes where people can be coached live right there. Sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long, whatever's needed. And then we ask the group for their feedback as well, sort of like a mastermind feedback. After the one-on-one coaching with me, then the rest of the group gets to weigh in and see how they can contribute too. So super valuable. I don't know anywhere else where this is going on and it's being done, but it's very valuable to the people that I've done it with. And I learn too. We all learn from each other. Usually my method is not to give an answer, but to help that person to find their own answers. But I do step in with suggestions when needed. Sort of a combination of coaching and consulting or counseling. So do what's ever needed. But first, I try to help. My aim is to help the person find their own inner answers, because that's ultimately the goal. So welcome, Brian. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Does anybody have a question right now or a comment? Or later? Feel free to keep the conversation going, or leave a private message, Facebook message for Bess McCarty, or some of you even have my phone number. Feel free to text, call. I'm here for you, and that's what I'm here for. This is really my life's work, is to teach this process to people so you can get unstuck in minutes, so you can have the freedom to keep making your life all that you can be. Have a great life, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you next Friday and Saturday at noon Eastern Time every Saturday and Sunday, the Ask Bess video column. And for network marketers or entrepreneurs, love to have you join us at noon Eastern Time of weekdays with Jeffrey David Gamble, where we teach the principles of leadership, especially John Maxwell's. We're covering the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, and soon we will be covering the Power of Five, written especially for network marketers. But everybody gets something from that leadership show. Helps make them a better person, a better family member, a better coworker, a better community member, a better business person, a better network marketer, everything. So we love to have you join us for that too. And I will sign off. Hello, Jan. How are you? Glad to see everybody here. Going to sign off. Let's keep the conversation going. I'll respond to your questions. And thank you for being here. Happy Sunday to you. Bye-bye.